Thank you so much, Ben. In my district, we call it Ben and Jerry's. We roll the R's. I don't know if you know this, Ben, but I found out a couple years ago I'm lactose intolerant because a doctor told me. But I still buy your ice cream intentionally. Nope, and I put it in. Yes, but I thank you so much. But I do want. Thank you. I know I heard. Somebody actually told me that. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of emails telling me this. But I'm really happy to be here with my sister in service, Cori Bush, who I want, it's been unreal not having her here, but she didn't have to be here. And she is, and that speaks volumes to the fact that she's unapologetic about her stance to save Palestinian lives. I can't believe that right now in the United States Congress, it is controversial to say Palestinians deserve to live. That many of my colleagues think supporting or being silent on starvation is progressive. But today, again, we're coming together because tomorrow marks the 77th anniversary of the ongoing Nakba, while the Israeli government continues the genocide in Gaza. It has always been a campaign to erase our existence, right, Nadal? Always. And we all know the Nakba never ended. Instead of agreeing to a ceasefire and the release of all hostages, war criminal Netanyahu announced plans to ethnically cleanse and forcibly expel the entire Palestinian population and to flatten and permanently occupy Gaza. What's obnoxious also and really just surprising to me is many of my colleagues who come up to me and whisper, I don't like him. I can't believe he said that. But they continue to press yes to send more. Well, if you don't like him, then why did you send $14 billion to go kill children and to massacre a whole population? Make up your minds. Each year, we know our country sends billions of dollars to support the ongoing ethnic cleansing of the Palestinian people. We know the Israeli government is using starvation as a weapon of war, which is a war crime. Former Finance Minister Smotrich said, quote, "Nobody will let us cause 2 million civilians to die of hunger, even though it might be justified and moral." Think about it. Nobody will let us cause 2 million civilians to die of hunger, even though it might be justified and moral. For 2 months, Israeli officials have deliberately blocked food, water, medical supplies, and fuel from entering Gaza. Many people are asking me, what do you think what's going on with the president? I said, you know what? I don't care. You know what I care? Did any food trucks get through the Gaza? That's what I want. I want you to ask me, if I care about that, that's what I want. I want aid and food to come in. That's the answer. Whatever they do, these elected officials, and it's bipartisan, at the end it comes to, are we supporting war crimes? Are we allowing the starvation of all these people? Nearly about 60 Palestinians that we know of have already starved to death. Thousands of children are experiencing malnutrition. We're seeing the images come out. Yet again, my colleagues are silent. Palestinians have been forced to eat grass, rotten flour, and animal feed just to survive, while thousands of trucks carrying food have sat blocked at the border. We all have seen the images of babies starved to the bone, of children mutilated and dismembered, live streamed, y'all, for the world to see. The world is standing by and letting it happen, but not us. We cannot normalize this. Our country is an accomplice to this genocide. It's appalling to witness the crackdown and violent repression of First Amendment speech on college campuses in our nation. Students are putting their bodies on the line to demand an end to this genocide, to demand that their universities divest from the same weapons manufacturers that they're sending bombs to drop on Palestinian families. Mahmoud Khalil was kidnapped by our own government and illegally disappeared to a detention facility in Louisiana, as we all know, over thousands of miles away. Recently, we know, and it breaks my heart, if you read his letter, please, if you haven't, read it. I did not know this, Nadal, that as his wife is giving birth, they put the phone near her so he can hear her labored breaths, so he can hear his wife and giving her encouraging words while he's on the phone next to her. Like having the phone, he's whispering because he doesn't want to wake up the other people, I think 10 other people that is in the same cage that he's in. But Mahmoud knows that the Israeli government imprisons Palestinians without charge every single day. The United States is doing it to him too. I want to read a little bit from the letter Mahmoud recently wrote to his son from the ICE detention center. He says, quote, "Dean, my heart aches that I could not hold you in your arms, hear your first cry. That I could not unfurl your clenched fist or change your first diaper. I am sorry that I was not there to hold your mother's hand or to recite the adhan or call to prayer in your ear. But my absence is not unique. Like other Palestinian fathers, I was separated from you by racist regimes in distant prisons. In Palestine, this pain is part of our daily life." That's what he wrote to his baby. He continues to say babies are born every day without their fathers, not because their fathers chose to leave, but because they are taken by war, by bombs, by prison cells, and by the cold machinery of occupation. So today we are coming together, all of us, and we're demanding his immediate release. We're protesting genocide. We're protesting genocide, saying that protesting genocide is not a crime. We're come today as we celebrate, not celebrate, but commemorate the anniversary of the Nakba. That again continues. We are here because we all know that more Americans outside of Congress believe in an arms embargo. They believe in an end to the genocide. They believe, like Corey and I, that we must save lives no matter faith or ethnicity. And so, again, thank you to all the courage of Doctors Against Genocide and so many others that have come together to speak this truth. You know, I come from the most beautiful, blackest city in the country, and I want to remind you, and you've heard me say it, but I want to drill it in you. You know, the institution behind us is not going to save us. What's going to save us is us in the streets demanding this institution move. I was taught early on that transformative change comes from us. These folks didn't get up and say the Civil Rights Act is beautiful, it's a beautiful thing, let's do it. Or, you know what? The right to organize labor is a right thing to do. It's when the people on the outside made them move. So let's make them move.